Alright, now you can see when we tap, the bird will go up and we can see some kind of a rotation. Hello guys, this is the first tutorial of the Unity Flappy Bird video tutorial series. In the last 3 tutorials I have designed these graphical elements. I have designed the bird, pillars and the ground. So in the last tutorial I have mentioned that I'm going to start the coding from this tutorial. So that is what I'm going to do from these tutorials. I'm going to start the coding. So let's continue with our development. Okay, before I'm going to create any code relevant script files, I'm going to create a folder to put all the code in one place. So I'm going to create that folder. Let's create a folder called scripts, and then I'm going to create a script inside that folder. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to animate, or I'm going to move the bird according to the taps that we are going to do over the screen. So once the user tap on the screen, the bird should move the bird should go up, and the bird should have some kind of a gravity scale. With that gravity scale, bird should fall down once the bird reach the very top. Alright, so first of all I will create a script to do any of the behaviors regarding the bird. So I will rename it as bird like this. So I have put that bird script in the script folder. Let's open this script file. So I'm using VS Code to write the scripts. You may be using Mono or you may be using Visual Studio. I mean, right now I'm using the Visual Studio because it is kind of a convenient way to write the codes in Unity. Alright, I'll put this in here. Okay, so this is the bird script. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add some gravity to the bird. So then that means if we are not going to tap on the screen, the bird will fall to the ground freely. So to do that, I will add some variables like the gravity scaling and all those stuffs. Alright, first I will create a couple of variables. So I will start from here. First I will create a boolean variable, public boolean going up. So this variable will determine whether the bird is going up or down. And in the update function, I will say I can write the following script. So before that, I will have some another variables. I would define another variable for the bird speed. So this speed variable will hold the speed of the bird when the bird starts to go up. So I will create that variable. Let's say starting speed, and that should be a float. I would say 5, and again I will say the current speed, because we are going to change the current speed according to the gravity scale. I mean, that's how we are going to make some deceleration for the bird. So current speed, that we can say 0 for now. Before I'm going to do anything, I need another script to handle the action. So I will create another script. Let's say actions. So I'm not going to like capture the taps that I'm going to do over the screen within the bird script file. I'm going to create another action file to capture any of the inputs that the user will do with the game. In this game, that would be a tap on the screen. So before I'm going to do any of the codes in the action, I will create another script as my main script. Let's say game controller. So the game controller is somehow will act as the hub of the code. So all the reference I can found within the game controller file. So in the game controller, I'm going to create a bird instance. So let's say public bird. So this is our bird reference. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new object within my hierarchy. Let's say controller, and I'm going to put the game controller script into that object like this, and then I'm going to drag my Flappy Bird object. But before I'm going to do that, I need to add the bird script into the Flappy Bird. So I will add the bird script in here. Let me grab that again. Okay, like this. Now I can drag my Flappy Bird object into this. Alright, so whenever I want to access the bird object, now I can use this reference that I have created on the bird controller to access that object. Before that, I need a way to access the game controller. So for that, I will create another static variable, public static game controller. I would say this obj or main. I can say main, and when this script starts to load, I'm going to assign the current object to that main reference. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call a wake function. So a wake function will execute even before the start function. So then, I mean, we can make sure it will execute even the object is going to initiate in the game. So I can assign main equal this. So then using main, we can access the game control object. Through the game control object, we can access the bird. So in the action, now I'm going to define an action. So my action is something like this. So this is a mobile game. So in a mobile game, we can actually capture touches using input.touch. So I would say input.touches. If the count is, let me see, touches will give us an array. So it should be like this. So if the touch count is greater than 0, that means we have done at least one touch. Then I can get that one touch, or the first touch that we do, touches. Or in this case, I think we can use the touch count. Let me try that one. Alright, like this. Then I would say touch.0 and the first. I'm going to now check what kind of a touch is this. Have I started to touch on the screen, or have I ended the first touch? So I can check it like that. So touch face dot began. Then just to try this action, I can use a debug.log started like this. Alright, let's try this action. So even, I mean, I have to find how I have to have an object to connect the action file again. So I will create another object called actions. I will add the action script to that. Then let's try to run this application. You can run this application by clicking this play button. I believe I have already converted this application into an Android application by switching the platform. I have showed that in the first tutorial. And then you can switch the game view to simulator. That way we will be able to see the game running through a simulator rather than the game, just the view that the Unity will provide. So we can see it in a real simulator. So this simulator will act as a real device. I mean, it will 90% will act as a real device. So we can even select the type of the device that we want. It can be a Samsung one, or it can be an Apple iPhone. Alright, so I will run the application and let's try to tap the screen. Yeah, when I tap the screen, you can see the started output that we can see from the console. That means that debug statement is executing. Alright, now we know when we touch on the screen, the action is actually working. Now what we have to do, when we tap on the screen, the bird should go up. So for that, we should have a function in the bird script that will make the birds go up. So we will create a function, public void go up. Alright, like this. And if the bird is going up, then we can say going up equal true. Alright, that's how we are going to indicate that the bird is moving up. We are using this variable. Now in the action, we can say, now how we are going to access the bird. We can access it through the game controller. I would say game controller dot main dot bird dot go up. Don't use the going up variable directly, because we might have to do some other modification when it comes to moving the bird to the direction of up inside this function. So we are using the function and we are calling that function. So anything related to the fact that the bird is going up will execute through the function. Right now it is just a variable change, but in later it can be something else. Alright, now we can update the update function according to the variable change. So if the bird is going up, we can say something, otherwise we can say something else. Alright, now we have to think about the logic here. If the bird is going up, then the bird's current speed should change to something rather than 0. So we have saying the bird's starting speed should be 5 when the bird is starting to move in to the up direction. So I would say current speed equal starting speed, like this. Alright, now to handle the gravity scaling, we should have some kind of a deceleration value. That means the speed somehow should be reduced over the time. So to handle that, I'm going to create another variable. So let's say public float deceleration. Alright, so I would say something like 2. That means over the time, if we start the process from the speed of 5, then after 1 second the speed should reduce from number 2. That means after 1 second the speed should 3, and then another after 1 second then speed should 1. So that's how we are going to like reduce the speed over the time using the deceleration value. So now we can use the deceleration value to change our current speed. I will say something like this. So the current speed should reduce by the deceleration times time dot delta time. Time dot delta time means how many time it will take to execute just one frame. In here I have I think I haven't like properly given the frame rate of the game. So first I will do that. So I will go into the game controller, and in the awake function I would say application dot target frame rate should be 60. I mean, we all should try to run the application in 60 fps in order to have the smooth possible smooth of the game. Alright, so that means if we divided a second into a 60 parts, that one duration will be the time of data time. So we are going to multiply the deceleration by that, that way we are going to reduce the current speed with that value, uh, and we are going to assign our current speed to the bird now. So we haven't set our speed into the bird, so to do that I would say transform dot position. So the position should change according to the speed now. So I would say the bird should go into the up direction, so I would say vector 3 dot up by current speed by again time dot delta time. I have just assigned the position to this value, but the position should actually increment according to this value. So I would say plus equal vector 3 dot up and the rest of the value. So again I will cut this part and let's try to run this again. Okay, now we can see the bird is falling down very fast. So to reduce the speed, we can actually use the time dot delta time here, like this. Alright, let's try it now. Okay, now the bird is falling, but this time the falling speed is somehow slow. Okay, now we can see a smooth behavior in the with the bird, but the falling speed should a little bit faster than that. So to do that we can like adjust the values. So I will give the starting speed as 10, but before that I haven't done any taps. So we have seen the bird falling down towards the ground. We haven't seen what will happen if we tap on the screen. So let's tap on the screen and see what will happen. Alright, if we tap on the screen the bird will go up, and bird has a very slow movement. Okay, so the speed that the bird will start to go up is also slow. So let's try to increase that value also. So I would say starting speed 10 and the declaration speed even higher, let's say 40. Alright, now let's try to see the behavior. Alright, now it's like this. Now we are getting the almost exactly the same behavior that we should see in Flappy Bird. I don't think I'm not sure you can see it from the video itself clearly, because I'm not sure my video is on 60 fps, but I can clearly see my game is on 60 fps from my side, from my point of view. So yeah, I guess now the birds going up and down behavior is almost correct. But before we are going to wrap this up, we should add some kind of a rotation behavior also for the bird. So let's try to now add that one. Alright, to add some rotation behavior for the bird, we should have first the speed of the rotation. So let's create a variable public float rotation speed. I would give something like 300. Okay, so now we can use these if and else scopes to determine whether the bird should rotate to the clockwise or anti-clockwise. Alright, so in the game, when the bird is moving up, the bird should rotate into this side. Alright, that means you can see the Z value is changing. Let's say bird should be Z equal 20, and the bird is starting to fall down. The bird should rotate to this side, but bird shouldn't be rotating to this side as soon as it starts to fall. It should happen on the halfway down. Alright, because I have seen that same behavior in Flappy Bird. You also will be able to see, because once bird starts to go up, and it should move like this. Once the bird starts to fall down, after even this point it will start to rotate to the other side. All right, so we have to control that rotation behavior using the in the code. So to do that, I will start the set value from 0. If the bird is going up, if anything we want to say, we can say that in the if condition. That's how we are going to detect whether the bird is moving up or down. So first I will create a contrarian rotation. So the target rotation should be 0 0 20. When the bird is moving up, the target rotation should be 20. I mean, the bird will start from 0 and it should move to 20. Alright, then I will create a target rotation equal contrarian dot Euler. I would say new vector 3, and my target rotation is 0 0 20. So once the bird starts to move into the up direction, bird should rotate from 0 to 20, but it shouldn't happen immediately. There should be, I mean, we should be able to see some kind of animation that the bird is moving slowly. Bird is rotating slowly. All right, so to do that we will add some contrarian lerp. So I would say transform dot rotation equal contrarian dot lerp. With lerp we can actually have a smooth transformation, smooth rotation. So in the first parameter we are passing the current rotation, that means transform dot rotation, and then our target rotation, that will be target rotation. Then we can pass some kind of a speed. So the speed will determine the smoothness of the rotation. So we can say our rotation speed by time dot delta time. All right, we have given the rotation speed as 300 because the time dot delta time is a small value. So when it comes to a multiplication in between a large value and a small value, we will still be getting some kind of a medium value. So that's why I have given a 300. All right, now this is what will happen if it is started to go up, but then we have to somehow change the going up value to from true to false. So when we should make it false, we can do it like this. If the current speed is less than 0, that means it should go down. So when the bird is going down, we can say going up equal false, like that. We can indicate now the bird is falling down. All right, we can do after that. We will use the same code and we will make some adjustment to show the rotation for the other angle. So the bird should rotate like this when it goes down. All right, but it shouldn't happen right after it is starting to falling. All right, so to handle that, we would say if the current speed less than -1, that means the bird has already fallen down some distance. All right, after that distance, then the bird should rotate, let's say to -10 maybe, not the -20. Or I mean, you can decide the value you wanted to assign. So I will be assigning -10 when it comes to bird falling down. So I would say -10 like this. All right, if the current speed is less than -10, that means bird has already came to down a small distance. All right, now I think we have we have done this setup with our rotation behavior. Let's try to see our output. Alright, I will make this 0. Alright, now you can see when we tap, the bird will go up and we can see some kind of a rotation, and it is not going to rotate the other way as soon as the bird starts to fall. It will take some time, you see. So that way, I mean, for the player it will be very convenient when it comes to move the bird through the pillars. Alright, otherwise the user will he will have to like go through some tough time moving the bird through the pillars. Alright, okay, so this is the bird's behavior that we have done using the codes in this tutorial. I hope you guys have learned something, and in the next tutorial we'll be looking into the movement of the pillars. Alright, so I'm going to stop this tutorial from now, right now, and I will see you in the next tutorial.